Hi everybody, this is Property with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel we discuss property, finance and investments. Now please note that none of my videos constitutes as financial advice, but if you're looking for financial advice, please speak to an accredited and registered financial advisor. Now electricity is a necessary but very expensive commodity here in South Africa, and in this video I'm going to give you some tips and advice on how you can save on electricity. Now, most of the tips that I will be sharing with you are universal, so you can actually apply them wherever you find yourself in this world. Now, according to my channel analytics, and this is always very interesting, I have viewers from, of course, my home country, which is South Africa, but also from the United States, and I think Canada and Brunei and Botswana and China and the Czech Republic and UK and Mauritius and Malawi, Saudi Arabia, I think. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Just on that point, where is Brunei? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm not sure where it is actually. If you are watching from any other country, let me know in the comment section below as well. I mean, I would love to know where you are from. And like I said, it's always nice to know with technology that we can, really connect with people from all over the world. So, where was I? Saving on electricity. Now, saving on electricity, on your electricity bill, it is definitely possible, but it will require that you make changes and adjustments. Not just you, but everyone in the office or in your house or wherever you share electricity. Now, in South Africa, the word load shedding, that word alone, it gets a lot of people hot under the collar. Load shedding has become part of our daily lives here in South Africa over the past few years. Not daily lives, but it often happens. In case you wonder what load shedding is, it's like a controlled process that responds to the unplanned events in order to protect the electricity power system from a total blackout. Now, what many South Africans don't really know is that many countries and cities all over the world, they have experienced complete blackouts. They don't really have load shedding like we, but they've experienced complete blackouts. To restart their systems, these countries have been able to tap into the power systems of, for instance, neighboring cities or neighboring countries, which can take up to a few hours or days. But unfortunately, in South Africa, we are located on the tip of Africa. Geographically, we have to rely on ourselves to start the system from scratch should we have a total blackout. And just think about it, energizing one power plant at a time and one section of the country at a time. In the event of a total blackout here in South Africa, it could take up to 2-3 weeks to restore full power, which would have a severe impact on the country, the economy, etc. This is why we have load shedding. It is mainly there to manage our power system and to protect it from such an event, which is pretty obvious, but in case you didn't know. Now, there are many theories as to why we have load shedding, from lack of resources to waste of resources, to corruption, to political interference, to poor management. You know them. But in this video, that's not really what this video is about, because I want to give you some tips and advice on how you can save electricity. A good starting point is to do a thorough power audit to see how and where you can save electricity. And it's also important that you involve the complete household or the office, but it must be a collective effort, because with a few small changes, you will most certainly be able to make a difference to your overall monthly usage bill and save money. So firstly, let's start with the obvious stuff. Start with switching off the lights. Now, switch off the lights when they are not needed, and also use fewer bulbs with higher wattages. For instance, a 100 watt bulb produces the same light as two 60 watt bulbs. And dimming switches also reduce electricity consumption. A good point to note. Switch to energy efficient light bulbs if you haven't done so already. They are more expensive than the traditional light bulbs, but over the long term you will see the difference in saving, as these bulbs not only consume electricity, but they also last longer. So let go of larger appliances such as fridges. Now, this can seem counterproductive when trying to save money, but newer fridges, they are far more energy efficient than one which has been with the family likely for a number of years. Appliances are graded, I think, from A to G in their efficiency, with A being the most efficient and G being the least efficient. So if you can replace the fridge, it's advisable to replace an older fridge. And also with regards to fridges, it's also important to note that don't open the door unnecessarily, and make sure that the seal is intact. Turn off an empty refrigerator when you're going on holiday. Let hot foods cool down before placing them in the refrigerator. Basic stuff. Talking about maintaining your fridge, defrost your fridge regularly. You know, a buildup of ice, it reduces the operating efficiency and increases running costs. I'm also guilty here, so the best way to save and conserve power is by ensuring that everyone is on the same page about what to do. And just on that point, do your children and partner and housemates, do they know how much you spend on electricity every month? Do they know? It's important that they are aware of it, because the best result can only achieved when it's a collective effort. We can't talk about saving electricity if we don't talk about geysers. I think geysers consumes arguably the most energy in any home. So switch off the geysers over peak periods, and also timers and smart switches, whether for geysers or pool pumps or security lights. It will most definitely help you to only consume electricity when these items needs to be used. The geyser is one of the, as I mentioned, most energy consuming item in any household, and a smart switch, it allows this to be turned off and on when necessary. A geyser blanket, it also helps keeping the water hot for longer. And also note that solar heating units could reduce the geyser's electricity consumption by 40 to 50%. And another piece of useful advice to you is use the cold water tap rather than using the geyser every time. Simple things. Set your swimming pool pump cycle to run less every day. And at the end of the day, turn off, importantly, your computers, your copiers, printers and fax machines. Turn it off at the switch. And also, do not buy larger or more powerful appliances that are actually required. Do not buy an electrical appliance, for instance, when a hand-operated one will suffice. Use the correct appliances for the job. Do not make toast on a stove or in an oven. Do not fill the kettle if only a small quantity of boiling water is required. It is sufficient to put only enough water to cover the element, or like my wife would say, just enough to make another cup of tea. And it's also more economical to boil water in a kettle rather than in a pot on a stove. Another tip is always use an iron that is thermostatically controlled. You can always avoid ironing clothes by removing the clothing promptly from the tumble dryer and folding them carefully. And don't tumble dry on sunny days. Don't be lazy. And if you have a dishwasher, fill the dishwasher before operating it. Clean the filters also regularly. And like with the fridge, when buying a dishwasher, look for one with energy-saving features. And another practical tip is, and just think about it, and you should use it, install your dishwasher away from your refrigerator. You know, the dishwasher's heat and moisture, it makes the refrigerator work harder. And with regards to an automatic washing machine, I'm not sure if you are aware, but a front-loading washing machine actually uses less water and costs less to operate. Make sure that you have a full load before washing. Same with the dishwasher. And select the shortest possible washing program. And also another thing, underwear and socks, you wash yourself. You wash it while you wash yourself. While you shower or bath, doesn't really matter. My mom taught me that, and I still live by that rule to this day. And when it comes to stoves, now rather use a pressure cooker when you are preparing food that takes a long time to cook. It's pretty obvious, but it also helps. Match your pots and pans to the stove plates. Now, little things like this, it saves electricity, because small pots on large plates, it wastes electricity. Keep oven doors closed until your food is fully cooked. Do not use pots with distorted bottoms. You know what I mean. It should be flat and fully optimize the heat absorption. Switch off the plates or the oven before food is fully cooked. This will allow you to finish your cooking without using energy. I think this is something that we don't always think about, but just logically think. Now, another interesting and cost-effective fact is that glass and ceramic pans, it retain heat better than metal pans. Make use of the oven's leftover heat. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your oven can retain heat from 15 to 30 minutes after it is turned off, and you can use that free heat to warm up desserts and rolls and freshen crackers and cookies. There are also bigger ways to reduce your home's electricity consumption, which you should consider as part of a long-term investment and cost-saving exercise. These things are generally much more expensive, and it includes things like putting in solar panels, switching out electricity-run stoves and ovens for gas, and replacing air conditioning with ceiling fans or fireplaces. I've also found that a prepaid electricity meter is a much more effective way to monitor your home's power consumption and assist with budgeting for power on a monthly basis. It's like a real-time monitoring versus the potential huge shock at the end of the month from Eskom. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a prepaid meter and you've been using electricity, and at the end of the month you get a huge shock, you didn't budget for it because you just used energy. So it's always advisable. When I have a prepaid meter, and it just helps. It helps us to plan better. Now, I've mentioned quite a few tips and advice on how you can save on electricity, but I'm sure there are a lot more that perhaps you are aware of, and secondly, I didn't mention. So please, guys, you are more than welcome to add in the comment section below. If you think I've missed out on anything, you are really more than welcome to add it in the comment section below. Thank you so much, everybody, for once again joining me on today's episode. Now, if this episode was of value to you, can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. Just click over there to subscribe. It is free and easy. Thank you so much. I see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.